Hey leaders, thank you for preparing to lead this week, to teach this week. We are getting so close to the end of our studying the biblical divisions, the 12 weeks. And this week we are talking about Paul's general letters. This is for July 31st. Last week we talked about his letters that were written to churches. And this week we are talking about his letters that are written to individuals about certain topics. And so there were 7 of the first kind, and then there are 6 of this kind. And the division on the wall is labeled general epistles, general letters, not just Paul's. And so we'll clarify that, but we will cover the remaining letters, Peter, John, etc., next week with the inclusion of Revelation as prophecy. So this week we're going to talk about Thessalonians, and that it was written, it's another one written to the church. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, sorry, I was totally doubting. I'm like, wait a minute. So it's written to the church, and it is about staying strong because they're in the middle of persecution. They're in the middle of having to undergo all this stuff, and so is he. So it's an encouragement letter. Philemon is the last one, and it's a letter about forgiveness. We'll talk a lot about this one, actually, that it's written to Onesimus's owner, because Onesimus is a slave, and both of them are now Christians, and Paul is encouraging him to welcome Onesimus back and to forgive him as a Christian brother. In between there is Timothy and Titus, and they're both men who had formerly worked with and ministered with Paul, and he's writing letters of encouragement to them because they both left him to become pastors and stay put. And so he's writing lessons on how to manage their church, but also encouraging them to keep strong in their faith as they do so and to build up their churches. So these letters are generally encouragement and some teaching. I always find Philemon super interesting just because of all the situations in it and that it's so different from the others. Then we have, no, that's it. Because we're not talking about the other ones yet. We're talking about them next week, which is a little odd, but it's how the curriculum has it, so that's fine. So our activities this week, you guys know it's been a little wonky this summer with timing and all that kind of stuff. So in our creative, as we talk about the books and what they're about and all that kind of stuff, we're just gonna have some Play-Doh out and different things they can stamp into the Play-Doh. Considering the ways that they used to seal letters and used impressions with initials or images and things like that. So just use that as a way to have a chat while we talk through the books of the Bible and practice books of the Bible and all that kind of stuff, answer questions. And then our physical will just be using probably the bags with the strips in it with the books of the Bible so that they can race putting them in order. So thank you again for leading this week. And I'm excited. The kids have covered so much of the Bible this summer. Thank you. Bye.